Happy New Year, lovelies. I hope everyone's well and safe and just ready to restart and renew in the year 2025. So, I have been religiously reading 40 Days So Fast by Dr. Cindy Trimm for the past 3 years at the start of the year. I really believe that it's such a great book to start your year with and cleanse yourself, cleanse your soul, gain a new perspective, a fresh way of seeing things. And I've decided to bring you along my journey this year on the 40 Days So Fast. So I'm going to be making a video summarizing each chapter that I read every day. Also, with this book as well, you're typically meant to do it with people, community, friends. Like the first time I did it with a friend, with a few friends actually. And then ever since then, it's just been by myself. I mean, I was searching for people. I didn't really see anyone who would have been interested to commit to it. So that's why I've decided to bring you guys along and let's do this together. Let's journey on this together. And I hope that you can also commit as well to, this 40 days so fast. And I pray that we're all able to grow one way or another, by the grace of God. So day one, she talks about transforming, the power of transformation. And she shares this quote by C.S. Lewis where she states, "It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It will be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present, and you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary decent egg. We must be hatched or go bad." And honestly, I believe that this quote basically is just saying that we cannot be babies forever. Like, remember, like when babies are born, they can't remain in that state. If they do remain in that state, that means clearly something has gone wrong. A child has to grow. Okay, a child has to transform to that stage of where they can crawl, where they can begin to walk and even run and begin to do other activities in life, right? Another great analogy Dr. Cindy Trimm actually shares in this book is how the caterpillar transforms to being a butterfly. The caterpillar first has to go into being a cocoon before it then transforms into becoming that beautiful butterfly that we see. And the thing is that when you see a caterpillar in the stage of being a cocoon and in that blobby gelatinous stage, it usually is not pretty. It looks maybe disgusting to you or to some. To me, when I've seen it, like, it doesn't really look disgusting like that, but it kind of looks, it's not really appealing to the eye, right? But when the caterpillar goes through that phase, it then comes out to become this beautiful butterfly. And I think that's just the beauty of transformation. The word of the Lord talks about how we move from glory to glory. And she even references this scripture here in this book. We're meant to move from glory to glory. The crossover service I attended last night, one of the things that the pastor shared is that as a believer, your life is not meant to look like yesterday. We're meant to be better. The word of the Lord talks about how the path of the just shines brighter and brighter every day. Our light today is not meant to be less than yesterday's. It's meant to have improved. So I think that's the power of transformation, is becoming better, working towards that glory to which God has called us. That's meant to be our full form, right? The power of transformation, the beauty of transformation is just becoming better, just making better choices, making better decisions. And the first characteristics Dr. Cindy Trimm shares to help you in transformation will be self-awareness. The truth of the matter is that you cannot change what you do not know, and that's just the truth. They say ignorance is bliss, but ignorance really is not bliss. If you're ignorant of certain things that may be causing you, results, outcomes, and consequences that you're not happy with in your life, and you're not aware of why you're having those results, then there's an issue. So you have to become aware, right? She talks about the importance of self-awareness. Who are we in God? How do our thoughts, our words impact ourselves and those around us? And also, realizing the potential of greatness within us that we may not know of. And it's so important that we seek the face of the Lord to show us who we are. Dr. Cindy Trimm goes on to say that in order to correct things in your life, the truth of the matter is you're going to have to be self-aware. You're going to have to know what you need to change. You have to be honest with yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. You can lie to other people, but you cannot lie to you. Like, I think self-deception is one of the worst things ever, because it will keep you stuck, stagnant, and just in a place of darkness. And in 2025, we're walking in light. Dr. Cindy Trimm does go on to ask some really good self-reflective questions in this chapter. And honestly, I was just, while answering them, I realized that the answers today were different to a year ago. And that just shows for me personally how much I'm growing as a person and also becoming more self-aware of who I am, which is really good. So starting the year off with that made me really happy by God's grace. None of what I am becoming or learning to become is of my own power, but it's all of God, because without the light of God, I will not know these things. She's giving some questions here, and honestly, I was able to answer all 24 of them. Surprisingly, a year ago, I could only answer a few. Look at God. And I believe that next year when I come back to do this again, it's definitely going to be different, but even better. But I just wanted to just single out one question that I would like to share and ask you, and I will share my own answer. I'd like to hear from you as well and see your comments in terms of like what your answers will be. So the first question, the question that I will be going with would be, how can I be sure that I am in the right place and doing the right thing? My answer to this was very shocking, because I would have never thought I would answer it in this way. Personally, my answer was being in a space that challenges me, being in a space that actually challenges me is a proof that I'm in the right place. I would have never thought that in general until I had to sit down today and actually think about it in terms of like where I've been challenged and how much growth I've experienced in those spaces. You know how like there's some times where you can be in a place and you remain stagnant, you don't move forward, it's boring. Yeah. I feel like for me, challenges are actually quite stimulating. There was a time at work last year where I would look forward to waking up every day to just the challenges that I was going to face at work. But of course, at some point, it became quite overwhelming. I kind of ran out of the positivity, but I had it in me to be excited about the challenges that I would face. So when I thought about it this morning, I was actually like proud of myself. But yeah, like that's day one. Day one is transformation. So, what's your own answer to that question? How can you know that you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing? I will see you in tomorrow's video.